see what we got. Can you explain to us why the NMD is in the bedroom and there's one in the fucking hallway? Do you have any idea what the fuck is going on? None. Alright, so today is December, I believe, the 5th. I have to check the fucking calendar. Anyways, we got, let's see, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Aaron and I leave for a honeymoon to the Bahamas. So we literally have 5 days and then we're fucking out of here. It's our first vacation since we were in Mexico last year in January. So it's been about a year since we went anywhere that wasn't business related or holiday family related type thing. So we're gonna head out there, and you saw my weight, 205.8. So it's just under 206, which is a few more pounds lighter than it was last week. And I definitely have not been as consistent with my eating, hands down. I've definitely missed meals. I get busy, I'm not hungry, I don't pay attention, and I've missed meals. When I try to, you know, for me, scheduling meals, like, you know, people are like, you don't have to eat every 2 hours. If I schedule my meal every 2 hours and eat it, I'll get them in. Sometimes if I'm just like doing what I'm doing and fucking working and driving from here to Rockville to train my people and stuff, I'll fucking forget. I will literally be on the computer at night, like, I don't know, anywhere from 7 o'clock to like 4 in the morning, and realize I'll have like a blood sugar crash and realize I haven't eaten. I'm like, fuck, it's like 2:30 in the morning, and like my hand starts to shake and I feel weird, and I'm like, fuck, I haven't eaten in like 5 hours, so I'll have a meal, and I won't stuff myself because I don't like stuffing myself full of shit like intermittent fasting and stuff. I don't like shoving like fucking 800 calories, 1,000 calories in my body at a time. I just don't feel good. So it's like, you know, I'll have maybe 300 to 500 calories roughly. I'll eat my macros, but calorie-wise, that's what it comes out to be. And that's where I'll stay. And, you know, literally, I've felt better in the last week because I came off being sick, but at the same time, my body weight's down. I'm not having trouble like when I walk up the stairs. I'm not having a hard time breathing any other time. Like, I feel better. So I think the 205 area, 205 to 210 for me is a good, comfortable place. Health-wise, it's good. I feel good. I feel better than I do when I'm bigger. You can hear Brady run around back here. He's got his bone. You get your bone, buddy? Cool. Let's do a quick physique update. And like I said, we're sitting at, it's hard to get good lighting over here because we got the Christmas tree, so. At 205, you know what, actually, I had people busting my balls about my legs. Let's actually show some legs. Show some leg show in there. I still can't get the legs there. Hang on, we're just gonna have to fucking drop this fucker like this. All right, hopefully that'll be enough to see the legs. And I barely train legs anymore. I do them once a week, and they stay about the same size. Like, they're not really going down at all. As far as size-wise, cuts-wise, they stay about the same. I do 4 sets of leg presses, 4 sets of leg extensions, 4 sets of leg curls. If my back's feeling okay, I'll do the stiff-legged deadlifts. If not, I just move on with that. So one thing I have changed with my training this week, I was doing a back and biceps workout. And I noticed last week I had started to have a lot of pain through here. It's like deep pain within like those tendons and stuff on both sides of my arms. So I knew, I was like, fuck. It's something I'm doing. It's not like a quick, you know, injury or whatever. It's something I'm doing if it's affecting both sides. Sure enough, the tendonitis started to flare up again. So for me, and I don't want to make a blanket statement and say, when you do this, because people fucking, you know, they bitch and complain, Jerry, no, so I do this, I do. I don't fucking care what you do, okay? I really don't. I do what I do, and I could give a fuck less what anybody else does. So for me, training back and biceps on the same day is too much. It's not necessarily overtraining the muscles, but it causes inflammation from the training itself. And it fucks things up and I get tendonitis. Now, I actually tore this forearm before on a back and biceps day. I did back, I did biceps, and then I was training with my clients and I was putting a weight on a squat bar. So I picked up the weight, it was a 45-pound plate. I picked it up and I swung it like this to pick it up in my hand. And as I swung it with this motion, it tore this piece of my forearm. It popped. Swelled up, bruised up. It was, excuse me, I had to strap into everything. I was about 3 to 5 weeks, I can't remember exactly how much, out from a show. And I had to strap up into everything, even like bench presses, everything to, because my grip I couldn't have a grip because I tore the fucking forearm. So that should have, you know, I should have remembered that before I started this back and biceps thing as to why I don't do back and biceps. But I just decided, okay, let's do back and biceps. We haven't done that in a while. And within 2 weeks, the tendonitis flared up. And it was hurting the other day, like, just sitting down on the fucking couch watching TV, it was hurting. Like I could feel it kind of pulsing. I was like, shit. And I was touching it, you know, you could feel it, like it hurts. It's like super, super sore right inside the where the muscle splits right here. And I used to have a massage therapist go in there, and she used to fucking like, when she would, you know, break up that fucking inflammation and scar tissue, she would be like, fuck, dude, it's like it's so fucking tight in that area. She goes, I've never seen anything like it. She goes, surprised you can even open your hand and fucking move it around. She goes, it's so bad. So I've changed that. So now my split is Monday I'll either do back or chest and shoulders. And Tuesday, whatever I didn't do Monday, I'll do that Tuesday. Thursday is legs. And then Friday is shoulders and arms. So my shoulders, I could do like a isolation, like lateral only workout, which is like a light pump workout, and then do arms on that day because it's got enough time between Monday and Tuesday to Friday for my arms to recover, and then it gives the weekend to recover before I come back on Friday. So that's the only change, the training change that I've made so far this week. And you know, I haven't trained for 2 days because I take 2 days off on the weekends, and the tendonitis is actually feeling a little bit better. It'll, like, once I get this tendonitis, it'll be here for like 6 months. Like, there's nothing you can do. It's just, it's around for fucking ever. It heals on its own. It's a giant pain in the ass, but. All right, so we're gonna head to Export, get our last Monday workout in before the honeymoon, and then head to Rockville and train the clients. And today we're gonna do, we'll do chest and shoulders today. Yeah, we'll do chest and shoulders because we did back last week on Monday first. So chest and shoulders today. Right, Brady? You wanna eat? All right, bud, let's go eat. Blueberry chai. Chia chai. What the fuck? So fucking hungry. I messed up, buddy? We do. Alright, so here's where we put our sneakers when we come in so we don't wear the sneakers in the house. So these are all mine here. And then we get to over here and Erin. These are like her sneakers that she takes the dog like, for a walk and stuff in or whatever. She wears to work. Everybody's. This is a pair of her Ultra Boosts and her Pure Boosts. Then we have this like one fucking lonely old sneaker over here, sitting on the thing by itself. Like, what the fuck? Why is there one sneaker? I'm like, I couldn't figure. I'm like, who the fuck puts one sneaker on and then walks through the fucking house or takes one sneaker off? My butt, who takes one sneaker off? Stop sniffing my feet. I'm being weird. Hey. Hey. Wait up. Hey. Hey. Don't lick the floor. You're such a weirdo. So there's a story behind the fucking missing shoe. But one sitting on here drives me fucking nuts. It's unsymmetrical. Fucking drives me nuts. In the bedroom, yeah, the dog's Bone in bed. He doesn't even sleep on that bed. He sleeps in our bed. We have the other lonely NMD. The fuck? There you go, man. I'm gonna hit the gym. I'm gonna wear the olive greens today. Fuck yeah. Alright, let's get out of here. Ready? Alright guys, chest and shoulders. So it's a very pressing dominant workout. You can see here, this is the hammer strength machine, incline hammer strength. And when I did the first set, I noticed I felt a little tight in the shoulders areas and in my elbows. So what I did is 3 sets of 30 reps here on the hammer strength incline. So I just stayed with one plate on each side. And a lot of times if I'm feeling like I don't have a full range of motion, something feels a little tweaked, you know, something's just not feeling right, the first exercise I go very high reps on before moving on to another compound movement where I'll go a little bit heavier on, which is the next machine you'll see here. I really use this machine a lot because of the grip on it. It has a neutral grip and I can kind of place my hands a little bit differently on it, so it's not quite the neutral grip, but it's kind of in between a fly and a press, and this really takes the pressure off my shoulders. I can go heavier once I'm warmed up. So I can also do drop sets on this if I want to. It's just overall it feels better for my shoulder to be on this, and at this point I really don't have to be lifting bars and dumbbells for every single workout or, you know, every single exercise. I can switch things up quite a bit. Going back to higher rep work, you know, so we're heading over to the cable machine. So like I said, the first exercise, high reps compound movement. Next exercise, moderate reps compound movement.
Now we start to hit the isolation movement a little bit here. Now you'll notice I keep a very constant range of motion that is very consistent in the fluidity of it. So there's not really much stopping and starting or even really slow reps. You'll see me squeeze here and there to contract just to see how my shoulder's feeling, but overall I keep the same cadence, you'll notice, through the whole exact set like this. And again, I'll go back to the higher reps. So we started with higher reps, move to moderate, back to higher reps again. And we'll finish off the higher rep version of this, trying to pump more blood in there. And you know, at this point, chest development, if this is what I have to do to keep my chest development, I'm more concerned with my chest development than hitting any PRs or anything like that in the gym. Moving on to the last exercise for chest, which is the dip machine. This is the hoist dip machine. Now, as you push it, you'll see my whole body moving. Like the whole machine moves as you use it. And you'll actually see my arms start to shake a lot more here. Well, as I start to get tired and fatigued, you know, my muscles are basically telling me, like, look, you know, we've had enough. It's enough volume. So I think I walked out of here with about 18 or 20 sets for chest. And then we'll move on to shoulder presses, which is another pressing movement. Okay, so it's a very heavy, dominant pressing workout today. By the time I get here again, you know, I'm starting to fatigue, my front delts are fatigued. You know, it's just overall, my body's starting to kind of go, okay, we've had enough of this, but, you know, I'm not going to go too heavy. I'm not going to try to force an injury. Ego lifting is pretty much gone at this point. There's no point in me trying to make PRs, like I said. So it's a matter of just getting in there, stimulating the muscle, getting out, and then it recover. We're not looking for like a whole bunch of muscle growth or anything like that. We're looking basically to maintain what we have here. Moving on to the lateral machine. So I don't use this all the time, just here and there. Like I did dumbbell lateral raises twice last week. So this week I decided to go with the machine for one. Sometimes I use a cable. It just depends on what I feel like doing when I go in the gym at this point. It's very instinctive at this point. So another 3 sets of, I believe it was 20 reps on here. And then we'll move on to the rear delt movement. On front delts, I don't do really anything for this workout because it's very pressing dominant, so they get a lot of work with the presses. So I'll start with one arm, and you can see it's basically a one-arm reverse fly on the cable machine. I feel like I can really contract my rear delt a lot better like this. It also takes twice as long to do the reps. So if you're doing 10 reps on one side and 10 reps on the other, you're doing 20 reps. Well, guess what? That's more stimulation that the muscle has. That more stimulation that the muscle has, not necessarily for muscle growth, but for metabolism. So it's basically doing a little more volume, contracting. So it's not doing like high reps for fat loss, but if you're contracting that muscle over and over again and it has to repair and recover, your metabolism is going to be higher. So if they're doing things like calves, abs, stuff like that, you may see me doing them, and not necessarily to build up those areas or to make them much stronger, but it is stimulation for the metabolism doing these exercises. So, you know, sometimes I'll do everything one side at a time. Sometimes I'll do just compound movements. Sometimes I'll do isolations. Just depends on what I feel like doing in the gym that day. Finish up with abs, which I've been doing for the last, probably, I don't know, maybe 3 or 4 months. I think I talked about this in another video. Basically, just to strengthen my core up since I'm not doing squats. If I was doing squats, I wouldn't do any abs, but back extensions and abs are something that I probably should be doing a little more. And then finishing up with the old bike. Here you can see, not really a warm-up, but kind of not high intensity as I go through some emails. Then I'll put the phone down and crank out a little bit higher. So this was the workout, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed. We are out.